What is up, hooligans? And happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. And I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that thumbs up button. More likes equals more hooligans. Gonna read through a schedule really quick, and then we will be checking on all the chats. So let me know how you hooligans are doing today. Then, of course, we will be getting things started. We starting off with this first video here titled Adam Schiff falls asleep live at Pam Bondi's hearing. And they swear President Trump is a threat to democracy, and all his compadres are right there with him. Yeah, they're so scared they're falling asleep during the hearings. Then we got an interesting video titled Colton Moore, Georgia State Senator, was handcuffed and arrested by the House Speaker after attempting to attend, and I don't know if this is a typo or what, but attempting to attend the State of the State session to fulfill his duties. So again, I don't know if that's a typo or what that is. I don't know what a State of the State session is. But either way, he is being shoved around, he gets pushed to the floor, and then he gets arrested. I don't really know who he is, but this video is going viral right now all over X. So I figured we'd cover it. Then we got an interesting video titled Chicago Giving Cover to Border Crosser Criminals, talking about terrible things these border crossers can do in Chicago, and the police aren't even allowed to alert the federal government about it, including being inappropriate to minors, even if they're doing terrible things like that. And they mention it in a kind of detail in this story, and when those kind of crimes happen, they can't even tell the Fed boys about it because of the way Chicago laws are. Then we got a Nancy Mace video titled I'm sick and tired of the lies from the left. Her and a representative from Texas got into it. It's the same woman that got into it with Marjorie Taylor Greene, when Marjorie Taylor Greene and whatever this woman's name is and AOC all got into it. You remember AOC, baby girl, blah, blah, blah. There was more of that going on over on Capitol Hill because they don't do anything but bitch at each other, talk a whole bunch of shit, and nothing ever gets done on Capitol Hill. But we got Nancy Mace talking about it. Then we got a Caroline Leavitt video titled The Trump Derangement Syndrome is on full display. It's Caroline Leavitt and Jesse Waters. They're discussing the confirmation hearings and how all of that is going. Then we got a video titled President-elect Trump plans to extend the TikTok deadline. Like we've been saying, you know, President Trump, he thinks that TikTok played a part in him winning the election, so he doesn't want to see it go away. I think that a lot of this is kind of a distraction, this whole TikTok stuff. I don't know. We all know that they're only trying to ban it because of control. It doesn't have anything to do with China and all that nonsense. They keep kind of alluding to random people purchasing the platform and all of that. President Trump seems pretty clear that he wants to leave TikTok alone. So I kind of feel like this TikTok stuff is a distraction, but either way, President Trump is talking about extending the deadline there, and I think ultimately it's not going to get banned. Then the last little bit of the news is by Laura Ingraham. It's titled Hamas Wasn't Scared of Biden. Now, normally I don't cover things that have to do with foreign nonsense because we got our own problems. But Old Man Walter is taking credit for what a lot of people believe was something that President Trump did, talking about getting Hamas to free hostages that they apparently have. President Trump has a negotiator that he picked. He sent that negotiator to go work with Biden. And there's talk that just that meeting alone had a lot more progress than a whole year of negotiations with Biden. Now, of course, in the end, Biden took credit for the negotiation for the hostages and all of that. It was very hard to find news today. They're not even talking about the wildfires anymore. It's really quiet around here, and that's really suspicious. I assume it's because Inauguration Day is on Monday, and Sunday we will be covering that Trump victory rally, so definitely look forward to that. Then, of course, we got two funny videos of the day. First one's titled The Real Press Briefings Begin Next Week. And then our official funny video of the day is titled 4 Days. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat and see how you hooligans are doing today. What day is it? Is it Wednesday? Oh, it's Thursday. Well, I was close. I was close. I figured it was a weekday of some sort. What is up, everyone over on jeffmaclive.com? What's up, Dan the Man? What's up, Damsel? What's up, Turbo? What's up, Snooks? What's up, 10 Man? What's up, Matt? What's up, Zero? What's up, Annette? What's up, Jamie? What's up, Guess J? Happy freedom to you. Appreciate all of you hooligans being on the website. And what is up, everyone over on Rumble? Zupia, you were first today. Nah, I appreciate you racing to the chat, Zupia. What's up, Mr. Satan? What's up, Lifelike? What's up, Kevin? What's up, Sawdog? What's up, Puffin Stuff? What's up, Libby Racer? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Jeb? Appreciate you being here. Turbo, you were omnipresent. Appreciate you. What's up, High Plains Drifter? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Pumpkin? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Little Irish? Happy freedom. Let me see, scrolling through here. What's up, H-Bake? What's up, Energy Woman? What's up, Havana? Happy freedom to you. Make sure you hooligans hit that thumbs up button. See if you can get us on the front page. And what is up, everyone over on Kick? What's up, Shannon? Happy freedom to you. And what's up, everyone over on Twitch? Oh, we were dropping some frames. Hopefully that chills out. I don't want to see more problems like yesterday. Let's see here. What's up, Matt Rogers? What's up, Lisa Pisa? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Tony Rich? Happy freedom. And what is up, everyone over on the communism platform? Go ahead and hit that thumbs up real quick. Matt Rogers, you were truly omnipresent, and it seems you were first over here. What's up, Proud Patriot Girly? Happy freedom. Mr. Satan, you were omnipresent. Same with you, Sly Dog. Appreciate you, hooligans. What's up, Scott Johnson? Happy freedom. What's up, Zach? What's up, Scott? Happy freedom to you. What's up, DB? What's up, Mary V? Happy freedom. What's up, Toy Mafia? Appreciate you being here. Ooh, what is your name? We'll go with Fan. Happy freedom, Fan. Appreciate you sliding through. And what is up, everyone over on X? What's up, Drone? What's up, Wayward? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Appreciate you guys watching on X. All right, we're going to get into things. We got kind of a slow one to start things off. This first one's titled, Adam Schiff Falls Asleep Live at Pam Bondi's hearing yesterday. And like I said, they treat these people like assholes. They're talking about President Trump being a threat to democracy. They keep hitting these individuals at their confirmation hearings about we'll call it J6 because YouTube's watching. I don't need any extra blue banners on my videos. But they keep bringing up J6 and other things that Democrats are scared of. And, it's such a big deal and blah, 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 blah. But then you got Adam Schiff falling asleep at the wheel here during the hearing. You can hear it going on in the background as he's sitting there. He's just resting his eyelids. Either way, hit that thumbs up over on Rumble and let's get into this.
I assume you agree with me that Chinese cyber warfare, espionage, malign influence is an existential threat.
Prostitute.
Nappy time.
It is an existential threat, Senator, and also I have not seen it yet, but from what I've heard about former FBI Director Wray's comments on 60 Minutes regarding China, sleeper cells within our own country, infiltrating our water systems, our natural gas lines, telecommunications.
There's the sleeper cell.
A very, very...
Now, I don't know who recorded that video, but I think it's hilarious because they bring up sleeper cells and then he's like, there's your sleeper cell right there. Now, I got that video from Benny Johnson, but I don't think that's who recorded it. Either way, I thought that was a fun way to start the day. Those Democrats are so scared that they're just taking naps during these live hearings. Next up, we got Colton Moore, Georgia State Senator, was handcuffed and arrested by House Speaker after attempting to attend the State of the State session to fulfill his duties. Now, I don't know what he did or why they decided to do this, but in this video coming up, you're going to see him kind of getting roughed up by a couple guys, and then he gets shoved to the floor in front of everybody. And then he gets up and he gets arrested. Again, I don't know what's going on, but this video is going crazy over on X right now. It's being posted all over. The oldest version of it I've seen is 2 hours, so this seems like something that just recently happened. Again, I don't have the context in it, and maybe you guys do. But before we get into this, we're going to read through the chat really quick, see how your Hooligans Thursday is going so far, as well as what you think about Adam Schiff falling asleep right in the middle of a live hearing. Zero, there's the sleeper cell. Yeah. He tied. He real tied. Guess he got owned by her. Schiff for brains. Yeah, it probably wore him out. She was letting him have it. Jamie Dan Bongino talked with Trump today about 15 minutes. That's awesome, Jamie. What's up, Annette? Happy freedom to you. Just reading through. Guess Georgia's like another country now. Little Irish. Looks like his meds kicked in. Yeah, he's dozing off right in front of everybody. I don't know how people are supposed to take those guys seriously when they're just falling asleep during those hearings. Kevin, he's tired of holding up his watermelon head all day. I guess he's tuckered out. What's up, country girl? Happy freedom to you. Jeb, it's funny to hear libs on TikTok saying that they will unsubscribe if Elon buys it. They did that with X and it only got better. That's right, Jeb. You notice he ain't trying to buy Blue, what is it? Blue something or other? The pedophile platform with the blue butterfly? I can't think what the hell it's called now. Blue Sky? You notice he's not offering to buy that. Those shitheads gotta go somewhere. What's up, Johnson Melissa? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Trop? Happy freedom to you. Non-woke Thirsty Thursday. Yes. I got 32 ounces of hot coffee over here. I haven't had a Monster or alcohol or anything in a while because I was dying last week. I ain't trying to get sick again. Wayward, they're losing sleep over Trump's arrival. Oh yeah, they definitely are. So a lot of people calling out how nervous they look about the questions they ask and the expression on their face. They seem like they know everything they've done wrong, which is an obvious thing. But they seem to be concerned that President Trump knows all the bad things that they've been doing. So they keep asking, like Pete Hegseth and Pam Bondi, like, oh, Kash Patel, he's got a list of enemies he's going after, right? Do you happen to know who's on that list? You know, they're saying a lot of stuff like that. They seem concerned about their past actions and whether or not accountability is going to be knocking on their door pretty soon. What's up, Mr. B New? What's up, Sage Pop? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Energy Woman, good. Stay away from that crap. Yeah, I'm trying. I was like, I don't know. I was really badly addicted to Monster when I was working at the factory. I was drinking between 6 and 8 of them in a day. Then I cooled off of it, and then not that long ago, I was getting back to drinking 4 of them a day, and I gotta stop that. I gotta get away from Monster. Guess oh my god, I thought it was Wednesday. I know, I thought it was Wednesday too. What happened to Wednesday? Lisa, piece of shit. Yeah, Adam Schiff. He's terrible. What's up, John S? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Carl? Happy freedom to you. Carl. The WEF meets at Davos 2025 from the 20th to 24th. Thanks for letting me know, Carl. I'm sure we'll have some highlights from that. As always, random stuff said, really controversial things said at the WEF. We usually have clips from it when that stuff goes on. What's up, Tammy C? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Kimberly? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Mary Beth? What's up, Voodoo? We got all kinds of new names over here on GoofTube. What's up, Hooligans Island? Happy freedom to you. Pumpkin, I bet Trump knows all the terrible things Dems have done. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure it is all documented. Puffy stuff, Bohemian Grove. Yeah. It's been a long time since I heard anyone bring up Bohemian Grove. Lisa, damn, I thought I was bad drinking 6 Mountain Dews a day. No, I might as well have had a Monster IV the way I was drinking them. And they sell them, you know, 2 for $3 or 2 for $5 or whatever up here. Just going through them. I don't know. I can't do this stuff right now. I'm kind of better, but I'm kind of not. My chest congestion just will not go away. Either way, we're going to get into this next video. I wish I had more context for it. It's titled, Colton Moore, Georgia State Senator, was handcuffed and arrested by the House Speaker after attempting to attend the State of the State session to fulfill his duties. Now, I don't know what the State of the State session is. That sounds like a typo to me, but I can't figure it out. Either way, I don't know what this guy did, but they did not want him to attend this hearing or meeting that was going on. And like I said, for the next 2 minutes, you're going to watch him get roughed up. And at one point, they throw him down to the floor before arresting him. Again, I don't have any context on this, but this is just going viral right now. Maybe you hooligans know a little bit more about it than I do. But either way, hit that thumbs up over on Rumble, and let's get into this.
You don't have to be in the way. You're breaking the law too. Oh. best getting out here. Not come past the door. Go! All right, stop. That's it. Come on, it's gone too far. It has gone too far. I have an obligation to be in that room. I represent 200,000 people in Northwest Georgia who duly elected me to be here today. And you're hindering that. Not hindering nothing. Unconstitutional. No, sir. Go ahead. You have no respect for the Constitution. I need you to step away. Complete disrespect to the Constitution. I need you to step away from this door now. Okay. I don't want to go down this road with you, but I need you to step over here. Yes, sir. I have a constitutional obligation. I understand what you're saying, sir. Okay. I understand what you're saying. This has gone too far, so we need to stop it. Okay? So you're preventing me from entering? The doorkeeper said you were not allowed in, sir. Sir, the doorkeeper has no authority. Sir, as a senator of a joint session, I have more authority than this doorkeeper of the House. Yes, sir. You're causing disturbance. Sir, I'm not causing disturbance. I need to be let in. You're not going in. You're free to stand out here and hang out. There's not going to be any issue if you try to push from the people. You're going to have an issue. Gentlemen, I'm allowed in. Let me in.
Back up, please.
Go ahead. We have a concerned dog man in zone 2.
Okay, so like I said, he gets roughed up, he gets thrown to the ground, and then he gets arrested. Now, hardly anybody is displaying any context, and Snook seems to have sent me an answer by Grok, so I'm gonna take this with a grain of salt. But this here says Colton Moore was barred from attending the state meeting due to previous derogatory comments he made about the late House Speaker David Ralston. Specifically in March 2024, Moore criticized Ralston's integrity during a memorial session in the Georgia Senate, leading the House Speaker John Burns banning him from the House floor. His ban was still in effect for the State of the State address, preventing Moore from entering the House chamber for the joint session. So this seems like toddler antics, people crying and stuff like that. I'm curious of what he actually said that was so bad that he was banned from going in and attending the meeting there. I don't know. It sounds like a bunch of nonsense to me. Because like I said, this video is all over the place. But at the same time, nobody's saying what he actually did. They're just like, oh, watch this guy get roughed up. And that's all the context there is. So it's a really weird situation. A lot of people are suspecting if he's drunk or not because of his body language while he's having that interaction there. You can see him flail on the floor. Now I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt because you wear those dress shoes, they are slippery, and then you're on those floors that are probably polished twice a day just to waste the tax doll hairs. So like I said, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. When he was speaking, it didn't sound like he was drunk, so not really sure. But either way, like I said, that video is making its rounds on social media, so I figured we would cover it. Next up, Chicago giving cover to migrant criminals. It's talking about border crossers, the criminals specifically, the ones who are actively committing crime here in the U.S. They apparently can be arrested by our police, just like any one of us can. But when they commit terrible acts, such as being inappropriate to a minor, the police are not allowed to alert federal authority that this is happening. Now, this has something to do with Chicago laws, and they were trying to pass some sort of amendment to make it so if a border crosser is arrested under this list of crimes, that they would be able to contact federal authorities and potentially have him thrown out or at least dealt with on a federal level. but that amendment was not passed. It was voted against by, the board of members over in Chicago and stuff. So apparently they enjoy these border crossers coming over there and committing terrible crimes in Chicago. And in this video, you're going to hear them talk about how they believe the reason this is happening is because Chicago likes to be the victim. And so if they don't get on board with mass deportations and stuff, that President Trump will be, they call him the boogeyman for the next 4 years, because he'll be constantly attacking Chicago, and Chicago is resisting this mass deportation, right? And of course, President Trump's not attacking anybody, but that's how Chicago's trying to make this point of view, this perception appear, because they would rather have these criminals be around so they can say, oh no, we need to pass more laws because the crime's too high in Chicago, instead of actually fixing the problem, which is how most victims are these days. They'd rather be a victim than actually fix the problem. Either way, it's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about Colton Moore being arrested after getting roughed up. Zero, he's got a mugshot just like Trump. That's interesting. I wonder if that's a legit mugshot. I've had 11 or 12 mugshots, and they ain't never look like this. They've never looked like this. Now, I don't know if this is Photoshop or if that's the real mugshot, but that's something. That is something. Turbo, fuck the police. They do what they're told, no more, no less. I ain't got respect for people like that. Yeah, Turbo, I kind of feel that way too. I just stay the hell away from them. I don't want to mess with them. I don't want anything bad to happen to them. I don't want to defund them. I just want to stay the hell away from them, because I've said this before. If they're having a bad day, you're having a bad day now, because they're just a person. They're just like any one of us. They have flaws and all of that too. A lot of them have bias and all of that stuff, right? They're just humans. They're just people. So yeah, and they're people who blindly follow orders, and that's a problem. So yeah. I respect them from a distance. You just stay over there, I stay over here, we'd be okay. That's how I do it. Mass thugs in their stupid looking hats. Guess he was searching him for donuts. I like his hands off. He was like leaning into him, but he was folding his hands back, and he's kind of like a goose. He was bump chesting him like a goose. Holy, Matt, monthly Rockstar shipment showed up this morning. See, I couldn't do that. I'm kind of a completionist. If I had 20 monsters today, there'd probably be one on the shelf by the end of the day. I have this issue where if I have it, I'm going to consume all of it. And because I'm aware of that, I plan accordingly. But man, if I got a box of energy drinks in a day, that thing would probably be gone that day. Couldn't do it. You got more self-control than I do, Matt Rogers. Zero, the State of the State is a hearing where they talk about how the state is doing, kind of like State of the Union for the U.S. Thank you for letting me know, Zero. I've never heard of a State of the State address or hearing or whatever. It sounds redundant. Guess I don't do mug shots. I use shot glasses. It's the way to go, guess Wayward, he looks like his left knee has issues. Very straight, then buckles. I want to know more about him now. Yeah, Wayward, I know I'm going to kind of look into him after the live. I've never heard of him, and then all of a sudden he's getting body slammed in the hallway. And it's like, well, he must be somebody significant. Josh 1776, the cops know I'll shit my pants if they try to arrest me. Ultimate fuck you. Yeah, yeah, that's true. You gotta assert dominance up front. They can't do anything about it. Ghostly, the police picked a side. They obey the Dems. Antifa proved that. Yeah, Ghostly, they're always protecting Antifa, and Antifa's always the ones throwing the piss bottles. It doesn't make any sense. DCAT, Chicago's a cesspool, I'm just saying. Yeah, and it sucks because Chicago has so much potential, but they just run it like shit. They just simply do. They run it like shit. What's up, Too Old to Care? Happy freedom to you. Havana's purposely keeping his hands by his side to avoid anyone claiming he was being violent. Yeah, I think so too. I think what he was doing was strategic, but it looks so silly that I think it's causing a lot of people to just simply believe that he was drunk. Jeb can't hurt someone's feelings in the chamber, I guess. That's what it sounds like. He got banned from the House floor for making a comment, but then they don't say what the comment is. Scary words. Big scary words. They're going to get you. What happened to sticks and stones, you know? I think that all went away when we started accepting political correctness. Pumpkin, be a good boy and come with us. Yeah, that's basically what they were saying. Wayward, he had that Hatfield versus McCoy voice. Yeah, he's a little rustic. He sounded a little rustic. Thank you, Pumpkin. I appreciate the compliment. Guess Antifa went totally underground here in North Texas after the election. Yeah, they're kind of like sleeper cells. That's why a lot of people believe that they're connected to the federal government in one way or another. I mean, other than Antifa.com taking you directly to the White House, it's weird how they all communicate with each other. Their communications aren't usually intercepted. They just pop up kind of like a flash mob. A lot of people believe that they're like the original crisis actors and stuff. More CIA kind of stuff. It's weird the way that they communicate and connect with each other. There's a few hooligans out there that are always monitoring that stuff, monitoring radios and stuff like that. Whenever they hear stuff relating to Antifa, usually they get a hold of me. A lot of times, I don't know how much of this I want to say. I'm trying to think. Because they do a lot of interesting stuff in the background. They store weapons. They deal drugs in order to raise funds for a lot of their events and things like that. They're involved in a lot of black market crap. They're no good, but the way they behave seems very much like they're connected to the federal government somehow. Not all of them. Most of them, the ones that we see on the screen, are 20-year-olds who are drugged out and have nothing better to do on the weekends. But the people who tell them where to go, what to do, when to do it, how to do it, who's giving those people orders? That's the thing. There's a hierarchy to Antifa, but they don't talk about it. And then, of course, the government, for the longest time, they were saying that Antifa was just a theory. It was just an idea. They was out there burning the buildings down. I don't know. Zero, he called the speaker corrupt. That's what he said. That was the derogatory claim that he made, that he was corrupt. Yeah, and then he got banned from the House floor. Well, it sounds like corruption. What's up, Kelly? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Dance Master? Happy freedom to you. What's up, MC? Happy freedom if I didn't get you already. What's up, Mav? Happy freedom. I try to avoid the police, but my cousin became one, and he can't stay apart from goofing off. Yeah, Mav. That's how it goes. Sometimes it's good to have a cop in the family, though. Depends how the family member is, I suppose. What's up, Cheeky Chops? Happy freedom to you. William, I'll be happy when I never have to hear Biden's name again or see his face. Well, he says he's not going to be out of sight, out of mind after he leaves the White House, but we'll see how it goes. Cheeky Chops, get yourself a fast car. I barely can find a car that runs. What's up, DP? Happy freedom to you. Brown shirts, yeah. A lot of them do act that way, but not all of them. Right? There's good people and bad people in all jobs, but all officers have the ability to take your freedom away. So, you just kind of keep your distance from them. Scott Johnson, he accused the dead senator of funneling money to his law firm during the honoring session. Interesting, Scott Johnson. That's very interesting. I wonder how true it is. They got, they're that butthurt about it. So much so that they banned him from the House floor or whatever it is. He couldn't attend the meeting. We'll just word it like that. But yeah, they sound real butthurt about it. What's up, cool guy? Happy freedom to you. North Carolina proud dad. Went away when we stopped bullying. The sticks and stones. Yeah, I don't know. I think political correctness killed a lot of that stuff. What's up to Marquise? Happy freedom to you. When is National Chip Clip Day? We'll have to figure it out. We'll have to figure it out. We'll have to hold a hooligan meeting or something. National Chip Clip Day. Should it be in the summer? It probably should be in the summer, right? Because then you can get a couple more chip clips on it because it's shorter in the winter. I don't know. We'll think about it. We'll get it figured out. Cheeky Chops Toyota. Yeah, if I could afford one, they're like $10,000 here with 300,000 miles on them. People know what they got when they got a Toyota. Man, I say if there was one good cop, there wouldn't be any bad cops. Well, that's true. And that's why I don't become a cop, because I could. I tell you guys all the time, my buddy's always begging me to join the sheriff's department out in Ludington and stuff, but I'd be telling on the other cops. If you step out of line, I'd be telling on you. And then what? Then they're going to set me up to get killed out in the woods somewhere. Nah, I'd rather not. Rather not deal with it. It's too much politics in justice. You know, it shouldn't be that way, but it is. What's up, Muskie Boss? Happy freedom to you. Me too, Bobby. Me too. What's up, Dutton? Happy freedom to you. What's up, AR16? Happy freedom to you. Oh, I'll check it out, Josh1776. Thank you for letting me know. All right, hooligans, we're going to get into this next video here. Like I said, this next one is an interesting video. It's titled, Chicago Giving Cover to Migrant Criminals. Now, they're talking about border crossers, and like I said, I've described this 3 times now. In this video, they're going to talk about a list of crimes that border crossers commit that the local police are not allowed to contact federal government, federal authorities of any sort, because of the existing laws in Chicago. They were trying to make an amendment so when a border crosser commits these terrible crimes that the federal government can then take over and discipline them appropriately. But the amendment was not passed, and it must be because Chicago loves these border crosser criminals. It's the only thing I can think. So before we get into this, I want to remind you guys really quick, if you would like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on jeffmaclive.com or on Discord. Just go to either platform, hop in the chat, you'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out, as we're making Saturdays more fun. Let's get into this video here about how Chicago loves bathing in their own filth. Can't get enough of that border crosser crime. Hit that thumbs up over on Rumble and let's get into this.
Welcome back, everybody. You are looking live at Chicago. This is courtesy of EarthCam this morning, where leaders are blocking a move to make changes to its Welcoming City Ordinance. The amendment proposed by 2 alders would have reformed the legislation that has Chicago operating as a sanctuary city. And those changes, get this, would have included giving Chicago police the okay to flag the feds to migrants involved in gang-related activities, selling and buying drugs, prostitution, human trafficking, and also this one, sexual crimes involving minors. I'm now joined by one of the alders pushing to change Chicago's sanctuary city rules, Alder Raymond Lopez of Chicago's 15th Ward. Sir, thank you so much for taking the time, as always.
Good morning, Marky.
I read off that list, you know, Ray, and to me it's crazy that police don't have the power to do that already.
You know, previously the city of Chicago allowed our police officers to do exactly what that ordinance would have done, which is allow them to work with immigration authorities for those 4 categories that you mentioned. Former Mayor Lori Lightfoot in 2021 removed those exemptions, previously called carve-outs, because she wanted to say that she created an unrestricted and totally welcoming city in the city of Chicago. Mm-hmm. And what that has done is basically given criminals a pass if they choose to engage in those activities here in the city of Chicago. Other aldermen and I have tried numerous times to try to put those back in because we believe it's pretty much a no-brainer, a common sense approach to dealing with the immigration problem that has come to our city, but also dealing with public safety in our neighborhoods. And yet again, my colleagues have chosen to play politics with people's lives, but on 2 fronts now. Not only are they endangering their neighborhoods, but they're playing a game of chicken with Donald Trump and Tom Homan, who have both said that Chicago is going to be ground zero for their immigration enforcement of criminals. And I think that that's going to have collateral impacts on all of those undocumented here who are just abiding by the law, waiting for a path forward to legitimize their residency.
Obviously, everything on the list that I just mentioned off is egregious, but, you know, as a mom, that last one especially makes me come out of my skin. Just to confirm, Ray, Are you saying that right now, if Chicago authorities find a migrant who is reportedly involved in a sexual crime against a minor, they do not have the authority to put that migrant on federal radar?
That is exactly correct. Whether they're undocumented or if they have temporary protective status or like some of the migrant asylum seekers that are here now, we cannot let ICE know that that individual is committing that heinous act against a child. And we've had incidences where even recently in our own city-run migrant shelters, we've had to arrest parents for molesting their children. And we cannot have any interaction with ICE, with the federal government to say, you need to expel this individual. It's outrageous that we allow and give cover for those kind of individuals.
Mm-hmm. And the council voted 39-11 to table your amendment. I mean, effectively killing it. Your reaction, and did you hear from anybody who voted against you as to why?
Well, we tried for about 2 weeks to work with our colleagues to see if there are any concerns, and there was always no answer, no response. And then yesterday, many of them said they wanted to see amendments, but I know what the exact reason is. People want a foil. People want an enemy. And to be perfectly honest, Marky, they want to see deportations in our city. They want to see the immigration police coming knocking on doors and taking people who they're not looking for, because that allows them to have ICE and Trump as the continual boogeyman for the next 4 years. God forbid that they actually see Tom Homan do exactly what he said he's going to do, which is to focus on criminals, and for Trump to do what he said he was going to do and give dreamers a path forward. They don't want to see any of that because that doesn't fit their narrative, and it completely upends their political universe.
You know, and at the expense of young children who are continually exposed to evil. It's just unthinkable. Alder Raymond Lopez, I know your fight doesn't end there, so please keep us apprised as to where you're taking this fight next. We'd love to have you back on. Thanks for watching, everybody.
All right, like I said, border crossers in Chicago committing terrible crimes. Real bad, right? That's real bad. They're finding parents doing bad stuff to their own kids. Now, nobody actually knows if that's really their kids. We've covered many times that these border crossers are being given children and they're purchasing children and stuff to come across the border because they get extra money. They're considered a family. So we covered a couple of months ago that Chicago was emptying out their shelters. If you were considered a family, you would be able to be relocated to a new shelter. But if you were considered riding solo, you were kicked out onto the street. You didn't have anywhere to go, right? So this is the same kind of situation. It's the same exact situation. But in this story, they're talking about how those adults are literally hurting what appear to be their own kids. And then they ain't going to do anything about it. They just let it happen, because the federal government can't be alerted to these criminals. Now, I don't know what's preventing them from being held in local lockup. I don't know why they wouldn't go to jail for committing those terrible crimes against a child. Doesn't seem to make sense. They're still susceptible to being arrested by local law enforcement, regardless of what the Fed boys do. But because of the way Chicago is and because they turned down the amendment, they're not able to alert federal authority, which would then put that individual, that criminal, in kind of a situation where they may be deported or held to a higher standard, right? Federal prison, stuff like that. It's terrible, but Chicago must like it, otherwise they wouldn't vote against it. And then, like they talk in the video, they describe that it appears that Chicago wants to make Trump the perpetual boogeyman. That President Trump will continue to go in there and try and kick out border crossers. Chicago will continue to resist helping along with Tom Homan and all of that. And that way they get to turn around and say, oh, well, Trump's constantly coming after us. He hates people in Chicago, blah, 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 and continue that nonsense. It's almost like what they do in North Korea, right? They tell all those families, like, oh, you know why you're starving? Because America hates you. That's why. That's basically what Chicago is trying to do to their own people. Now, people outside of Chicago, they know what's going on. But in Chicago, that place is a shithole right now, and it's all because of the leadership. Next up, we got Nancy Mace. It's titled, I'm sick and tired of the lies from the left. Like I said, Nancy Mace got into it with some representative from Texas. I can't think of the woman's name. Either way, they got into a little back and forth there. Nancy Mace not real happy, telling her, you want to take this outside? Like, we're done with the war of words here. You want to go outside and handle this? Of course, she didn't get any rebuttal back to that. But either way, she's being interviewed to discuss what happened there in the House chambers or wherever they were. Either way, Nancy Mace coming up next. But first, we're going to read through the chat, see what you all going to think about Chicago and the situation they put themselves in. Zero, call ICE and report anonymously. Yeah, that's what they should do. Of course, the local law enforcement may try and resist. They may not hand over the illegals to them. And I think that's part of the problem, is that the amendment isn't passed. So if that kind of situation comes up, they don't necessarily have to comply because there's no due process to hand everybody over to the federal government. Matt Rogers, illegals abiding the law. Yeah, Democrats are silly. They're so silly. That's why they pass all those gun laws. Because when criminals commit crime with a firearm, they're following the law. Like, come on, just make it make sense. What's up, Tom? Happy freedom to you. Zupia, well, Tom isn't fucking around. He'll lock them up. Yeah, and that is what Tom Homan is saying, that he doesn't care what these mayors and governors in all these states think they're going to do. When they come for those border crossers and you stand in the way, you will be dealt with in a legal way as well, because you're aiding and abetting, you're harboring illegals and stuff like that. And so can't wait for accountability to show up. Now, I wish people would just act right. I wish they would just do what's best for America, but that's not how Democrats behave. So of course they're going to try and throw a fit and stuff, and I imagine we might see a couple of these elected officials actually get arrested, because then they become like martyrs to their own people. Oh, look at, we're being arrested trying to do the right thing, we're being oppressed by the government. I'm already seeing that kind of stuff. Like, that's the path we're walking down. So who knows, that might bring on protests. You never know. We're coming to a kind of an unpredictable situation here. We know President Trump wants to bring back accountability. He's going to make America great again. But then we got all these blue leaders out here who think they're going to stand in the way of that. And so, when you got an unstoppable being hitting an unmovable object, that's kind of what we're coming to, these unpredictable moments coming up ahead. It's exciting. Jasmine Crockett. Thank you, Snooks. Yeah, that's who I'm talking about. Jasmine Crockett and Nancy Mace got into it. I don't know why Crockett's allowed to talk to people like that. Like I said before, she's the same woman that went after MTG, and AOC was piggybacking on all of that. Crockett needs to go sit down somewhere. She thinks she's a little bit higher up on a pedestal than she should be. She kind of reminds me of the woman that, I think it was in Chicago. I don't think she was maybe she is a mayor, and she was being investigated by Beetlejuice and all of that. She was using campaign money to go on vacations and get her hair done and all that. Those two remind me of the same woman. Yeah, and that's who we're talking about. What's up, Q-Train? Happy freedom to you. Muskie Boss, I'm pumped up for some accountability. Me too. Day one's going to be awesome. Like I said, we're going to cover the rally on Sunday, and then Monday, we're going to have a busy day. There's going to be protests before the inauguration and probably after the inauguration. So we'll be covering the protests, covering the inauguration, and covering whatever happens after the inauguration. And then Tuesday, I'm ready for accountability. It's I don't know. I'm tired of having to scrape by looking for news. Hopefully things change starting on Monday. Dance Master Crockett is nuts. She is nuts. She's full of entitlement. What's up, Sibo? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Courtly? Happy freedom to you. Q-Train, I believe Homan is going to have a number. Wait a minute. Is going to have a number anyone can call if they sus illegals. Yeah, they might. There was a state that I can't ever remember what it is. I don't know if it's Missouri or somewhere. They were talking about kind of not a bounty, but like a $100 reward for every illegal you call in on that results in an arrest. And when we covered that just sounded like a good idea, and I think they should do that nationally. Put out a hotline. If you think somebody's an illegal, call the hotline. They're going to go investigate the situation, and if it results in an arrest, you might get a little kickback from that. Sounds like a good idea. Now they're saying, Tom Homan's been saying they're going to use the CBP One app that was used to bring a lot of border crossers in, and they're going to use that to try and find illegals, but that's not going to find all of the illegals. And so I think that they do need to put a hotline or something like that up to try and help. The problem is that there's going to be a lot of false calls. There's going to be a lot of people calling just to be an asshole, just like swatting and stuff like that. They're going to be calling, making false reports. There's going to be people who are just being racist, right? They're just simply calling on somebody because they're a different skin color in hopes to cause that person problems. So there is going to be stuff like that, but you got to get these illegals out of here. What's up, Matthew? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Rip Curl? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Nana? What's up, Brujo? Holy, Alistair, those are badass. Look at that. Look at that. Now we got to figure out when National Chip Clip Day is or whatever we were saying. Got to figure that out. That turned out awesome. Alistair, that's awesome mock-up right there. Everybody's all excited in the chat. Ghostly, they're just going to dump the phones. No one's going to keep using the app. Yeah, and they already have another app, and I don't even know what the second app is called. Old Man Walter put out an app like a month or two ago, so border crossers would no longer have to go through any process. Right now, they go through a minimal process, but if they use this secondary app, they can avoid all process. So if there's terrorists and people like that trying to come into the country and they're worried about having to talk to Border Patrol or any kind of authority, they can use this secondary app and just walk into the country. Just schedule an appointment and walk in, and they don't have to say anything to anybody. And I don't know what that app is called yet. I imagine Tom Homan and them, they're going to grab that app too. But prior to those apps even existing, they were letting border crossers in. That's the real sketchy stuff. How are they going to find those guys, you know? That's right, Corley. All day. Q-Train, I think they'll vet the calls first to make sure. Yeah, I don't necessarily think it'll be abused in the same way swatting is specifically, you know, where they just show up with intentions to arrest whoever's on site. I don't think it'll be like that, but I just think that people will try to abuse it to a certain degree because, you know, people are people. What's up, Pipelines Drifter, if I can get you all ready? Zupia, we need a National Chip Clip Hooligan Meetup Day at America's Fair when Trump gets it going. Sounds like a plan, Zupia. What's up, Stern? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Chewy? What time is the inauguration Monday? I believe it's at noon. I think that's when it starts, is at noon. The Trump rally on Sunday, I think, starts at 3. I was trying to find that earlier today, and I believe it starts at 3 p.m. Eastern time. But inauguration, I think, is at noon. Guess who? Happy freedom to you. Jasmine Crockett puts the hoe in Houston. Mm-hmm. She does. She don't have to act like that. She chooses to act like that. The Marquise Chip Clips. Fuck the world. That's right. Alistair's trying to put some stuff together for us. Cinderella, when is Jeff going to try them out? You never know. I'm practicing. I'm working up to it. Lone Wolf charter buses keep records. That's interesting. I didn't think about that. Yeah, I assume that Tom Homan will be utilizing that as well. What's up, Malvita? Happy freedom to you. Lone Wolf, she thinks she's untouchable? Yeah, she absolutely does. What's up, DB? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Tim? Happy freedom. What's up, All Rise? Happy freedom. This guy's forehead's gigantic. You talking about me, or you talking about the alderman guy? Everybody had something to say about that guy. What's up, Skulls? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Tara? Snugs. Noon. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the inauguration's at noon. That's when I got this timer pop up. That timer is set for noon, by the way. Anyways, we're going to get into this next video. Like I said, this is Nancy Mace. It's titled, I'm Sick and Tired of the Lies from the Left. Now, she got into it with Crockett. They're going to play that little clip. But then Nancy Mace is also being interviewed in this video here, describing why the conflict happened, what was the outcome of it, as well as just being sick and tired of being sick and tired. Also, I keep forgetting, somebody sent me something very interesting in the mail, and at some point we're going to show it, and I'm not going to be able to show you the whole thing because it's exotic. I'll put it like that. But either way, we kind of got it's sort of like an unboxing. I'm not going to unbox it, but you'll see. We got something funny coming up. Either way, hit that thumbs up over on Rumble, and let's get into this Nancy Mace video.
Somebody's campaign coffers really are struggling right now. So she gonna keep saying trans so that people will feel threatened. And child, listen, I want y'all to tell me whether or
Do not call me a child. I am no child.
I want
Don't
to
even
find
start.
out
I am a grown
which
woman.
of those
I'm 47 years
emails
old. I have broken more glass ceilings than you ever
Chairman, I
will.
am reclaiming my time.
You will not do that. I am not a child.
I am reclaiming my time.
If you want to take it outside,
Mr. Chairman and committee.
That was an exercise in Democrat juvenilia. That was Texas Democrat Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, now accused of violating congressional decorum with a rude, obnoxious, and personal attack on Congresswoman Nancy Mace. This happened in the debate over the House passing Congressman Greg Stubbe's bill to stop biological males in women's sports. Women are getting harmed. It's now headed to a vote in the Senate. Joining us now from House Oversight, Congresswoman Mace. Congresswoman, it's great to have you on. Thank you so much for taking the time to be with us on our show. Can you please tell us more about what happened with that fight?
Oh, yes, of course. We were having a colloquy, as we like to say, or a debate in the House Oversight Committee yesterday. And this nasty woman, this congresswoman from Texas, Jasmine Crockett, a Democrat, far-left progressive, had the nerve to go on a rant about civil rights when literally the woman is taking away and trampling all over the rights of women all across the country. And as a rape survivor, of someone who supports women and girls, I'm just so sick and tired of hearing the lies from the left, the lies from Democrats about how they're the party of women when they are literally trampling on the rights of women every single day. And then she breached our decorum by calling me names and calling me a child. And she said that my fear of rape, as a rape survivor, my fears of rape are a fantasy, and that my fears of being raped are dramatic, that they're draped in fantasy and drama, because I don't want men and women's spaces, because one, I'm a woman, two, I'm a rape survivor, and as a rape survivor, I shouldn't have to explain any of this to anybody on why I don't feel safe with men watching me undressed in a locker room. It's disgusting.
So she used the words that your personal, the crime that you went through, the sexual assault, the rape, she literally said that's just one of your fantasies?
Correct, that it was a
fantasy.
fantasy.
And she said it on the House floor? She said
she said it in the House Oversight Committee hearing yesterday, that my fear as a rape survivor, my fear of being raped was a fantasy.
So that's pretty close to, you know, it's beyond obnoxious and violating decorum. I mean, that's pretty slanderous. I mean, we were going to talk about how only 2 House Democrats voted yes on the bill to protect women in sports. And didn't they campaign on protecting and valuing women? I mean, women are getting physically injured to the point of brain damage on the playing field in sports like soccer and in volleyball from biological males. And you got them banned from Capitol Hill bathrooms, but then she goes on to try to attack you, a rape survivor, claiming you made it up in your head?
Yeah, I guess so. You know, believe all women is only a tagline for women if you're a Democrat, I suppose. And look, there are young women in this country that have suffered a traumatic brain injury from men playing in sports and them getting a head injury. This is serious. When you look at Riley Gaines, she was forced to undress in the locker room with Leah Thomas, a man who had all of his junk still. I mean, it's disgusting. It's gross. It makes women more vulnerable to rape, more vulnerable to sexual abuse and sexual assault. It's a perversion. I think it's grooming. We had my colleague Sarah McBride video came up this week of him reading trans literature to kindergartners, to 5-year-olds, sponsored by the way, the National Education Association. So this is an excuse, I think, for pedophilia, for grooming, and also for abusing women. And make no mistake, Democrats and the left and progressives are the greatest threat to women and the greatest threat to democracy. And I am just so sick and tired of it. I personally, as you know, I was physically assaulted a couple of weeks ago here on the Capitol. I suffered 2 injuries from that assault. So I'm having none of it. Okay, I'm done with the left.
Congressman Mace, you just laid it all out there. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
That's Nancy Mace there. I forgot that they bring up Tim McBride. Tim McBride dances around calling themselves Sarah McBride. They're now a part of Congress. They're the first shapeshifter to be elected to Congress. That's what caused all the controversy over what bathroom is supposed to be used on Capitol Hill. Nancy Mace was a part of that, and the outcome of that is when she was assaulted by some shape-shifting activist that was acting like an asshole and all of that. Now this incident happened with Crockett just talking that shit like it doesn't matter. Like, she just acts like she could treat people however she wants to. And, I mean, until there's accountability, there's nothing really saying she can't. Nancy Mace is constantly fighting on Capitol Hill. I like Nancy Mace. I can't stand Crockett. Can't stand it all that hair flipping and long nails and acting like a pterodactyl. Can't stand it. Just can't stand any part of that. Either way, next up we have Caroline Leavitt. The Trump derangement syndrome is on full display. Now, this is Caroline Leavitt, our new press secretary. And she's being interviewed by Jesse Waters, and they discuss these confirmation hearings, how they're going, what they're asking, things like that. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you Hooligans think about Nancy Mace, as well as her saying that Tim McBride was out there reading shapeshifter material to kindergartners. I've seen a lot of people yesterday referring to Tim McBride as a groomer, and I wasn't sure why, and I guess now we know. Either way, reading through the chat. Oh, I want to show you guys this really quick. Now, we're going to be quick about it because I don't want to get in trouble for this nonsense. Somebody sent me a wind-up toy of this naked dude with his thing out, and you wind him up, and he touches it. It's called the Wind-Up Macho Man, and I don't know who the hell sent me this, but it is something else. I'll go ahead and set that on the shelf with Diego and the blow-up sheep I got. I don't know who sent that to me, but it's hilarious. I just randomly decided to check the post office, and that little gift right there was sitting in the box for me. So yeah, shout out to whoever sent me Macho Man here. I'll never forget that. Either way, reading through. And Democrats are evil and sick people. Absolutely. Paving the way, like Nancy Mace said, paving the way to be able to hurt women and hurt kids and get away with it, acting like it's normal. Zero, ghetto talk in Congress, disgusting. As bad as how Fetterman dresses. Yeah. Obviously, Crockett doesn't respect her position, or she wouldn't behave that way, just like AOC. AOC is the same way. She just acts obnoxious and belligerent for no reason. They think they're kings of the castle or something like that. Strutting around, just full of themselves. Zero, March 23rd is Chip and Dip Day. Closest I can find a Chip Clip Day. We're going to have to declare what day is Chip Clip Day. We'll figure it out. Pumpkin, Klaus is looking at us. Yeah, he showed up to work today. Matthew, Klaus is tired. He's fighting commies. He'll be up patrolling again. Every couple hours. Pumpkin, you get the most interesting things in the mail. It's because I have the most interesting hooligans. That's why. Too old to care, Diego's little friend? Yeah. I got a whole setup over here. What's up, Marsh? Happy freedom to you. I have one that's Sando wind him up same way, and he says, here's a little something for your sock. That's hilarious, Marsh. That's funny. Libby Racer, did it come with clips? No, it didn't. Pumpkin, don't forget the fake nails. Yeah, she's a phony. Crockett's a phony. Tree herder, too many feelers. Yeah, getting all riled up. I don't like the squawking. I don't like the squawking that happens. I didn't like it when MTG was going at it with AOC and Crockett. And I don't like it with Nancy Mace. That whole hollering back and forth. Like, nobody could tell what's going on. Nobody's going to do anything about it. Nancy Mace said, you want to take this outside? I wish Crockett would have said, yeah. That's how court should be settled, is by throwing hands. We say that every time we cover trials, because anytime the trial's about to progress, somebody objects. And it's constant, just object, and it drags the trial out. And we stated before, I can't remember who it was. I think it was the officer who yelled, taser, taser, and then shot the driver like 3 times in the chest. And then she cried the whole time she was on the stand, and everybody was objecting. And we kind of mentioned that if you're going to object, they should postpone the hearing for a second so the 2 lawyers can go throw hands. And if the lawyer that objected wins the fist fight, the objection goes through. But if he loses the fist fight, well, the object falls. And that way it'll kind of minimalize all those objections during court that slow down the process. And be a hell of a lot more entertaining, I'll tell you that. Non-woke, Crockett got maced. She didn't like it either. What you doing, Klaus Daniels? Can't get comfortable? It's that big booty. Lay it down. Can't figure it out. Big cat in a tiny hammock. Yeah, I guess. What's up, Information Warlord? Happy freedom to you. Marsh. That's all Democrats have left is slander. It is. That's how you know when they're out of options, when they start calling names. They're all done with the discussion once the name calling begins. Tony Rez, catch me outside. How about that? That's what she said, but Crockett didn't want it. She was scared. Pumpkin, nasty woman. Crockett is a nasty woman. I agree. Dutton, mutual combat. That's what I'm saying. They're doing all that tough talk. They should be throwing hands. Get it solved. Ghostly, childish. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't like the squawking. It doesn't get anything done. Bobby, big buff lawyers. Yeah. Looking like Hulk Hogan. He's like, object. You want to take this outside? They're going to call a bar real quick. Thank you, Pumpkin or Snooks. Thank you so much for the compliment. What is this? Guess Oh, you can't see it. Maybe I'm the normal one. Why I look like a cone head though? Every time I think of cone heads, I just think of them chewing on the condoms, thinking they were bubble gum. First thing my mind goes to. That's hilarious, guess looking forward to that tomorrow. Wayward, Nancy Mace is about that life. Yeah, she was saying it. She ain't scared. What's up, Chaplain? Happy freedom to you. Democrats, the party of wokeness. Yep. Self-applying cancer. Teasel, meet you in the parking lot. Crockett didn't have nothing to say after that. She was done. She's like, well, you know, I got stuff going on later, or else I would. Start making excuses. Cosmic Squirrel, are you covering the confirmations? No. That stuff is boring. There's clips that are okay, but to just sit there and watch it is terribly boring. Lone Wolf, that's how it used to be settled in Congress back in the day. I'm just saying, you know, they'd choose their words a lot more wisely if it resulted in a punch in the face, you know, just saying. Hooligans Island, Diego ordered him a mini-me. Yeah, he sure did. Hooligans Island, Diego shops online while you're sleeping. I'm gonna have to turn the computer off. Find out Klaus Daniels has been ordering all of this. Naughty kitty. DB, TDS is a mental health crisis. It is, and ain't nobody doing anything about it. Teasel, how about a duel? Well, maybe with, I don't know, nothing lethal. What's up, Cassie J? Happy freedom to you. Alistair, someone should make a game, Mortal Kombat, U.S. House Floor. That's right. What would the finishers be like? They're passing bills on each other and stuff. Make it all political. Somebody's got to come out with something like that. Wayward, that's the only part of the Coneheads that's the only part I remember from the Coneheads, period. I don't remember much else. Just chewing on the condoms. That was about the weirdest thing. Alright, hooligans, we're going to get in this next video here. It's titled, Caroline Leavitt, the Trump derangement syndrome is on full display. Like I said, this is Caroline Leavitt in a discussion with Jesse Waters, discussing the confirmation hearings, how they went, the things that are being asked, and all of that. Plus, it's a little bit, it's kind of like a little taste test of what we're going to get in the future press briefings. KJP is done. So, some point next week, I don't think it'll be on Monday or Tuesday. I mean, I could be wrong, could be on Tuesday. But sometime next week, I assume we're going to be hearing from Caroline Leavitt, our new press secretary. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you guys really quick, if you would like to join the membership program over on Rumble, all you have to do is click that big red subscribe button right below where you type in the chat. Now, if you're on Android and using the Rumble app, you're unable to see that big red subscribe button. So you got to go to rumble.com, come to the live, hop in the chat, and like I said, right below where you type in the chat, you will see that big red subscribe button. Click that button and jump through the hoops, and your name will be highlighted as an official Rumble hooligan. You'll have access to our custom emojis. We have chapstick emojis, screaming goat emojis, Klaus Daniels emojis, President Trump emojis, and more. It's a lot of fun during the live, especially during a Trump live like we have coming up on Sunday. So definitely go join the membership program over on Rumble. Let's get into this. This is Jesse Waters and Caroline Leavitt.
We're starting.
All right, hooligans, hit the thumbs up over on Rumble, and let's get this rolling.
We're starting to see that without a well-funded and well-oiled propaganda machine and cancel culture enforcers, the party doesn't have the power, the discipline, or the narratives they need to survive. Trump's election has shattered that machine into a million pieces, and we have no idea how long it's going to take for them to put it back together. Incoming White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt. How you doing, Caroline?
Doing great, Jesse. In fact, we couldn't be better. We couldn't be more pleased with the way things have gone on Capitol Hill here in Washington, D.C. the last 2 days.
So the strategy seems to have been get all the Republican senators on board, have all these nominees be very well prepared, and just let it all play out. It seems to be going almost perfectly. Do you see any downside at all yet?
No, not yet. If we've learned anything in the past 48 hours, it's that the Democrats have not yet found a cure to Trump derangement syndrome, and their party is still in complete disarray. If you listen to their line of questioning, they are not interested in solutions to the problems that the American people are facing. They are not interested in the qualifications of these highly qualified nominees that President Trump has put before them. No, they're still asking about January 6th and the 2020 election results. And when they ask those questions, they're not even interested in the answer from these nominees. They just roll over them. Pete Hegseth knocked it out of the park yesterday. Pam Bondi, Senator Rubio, Ratcliffe, they were all fantastic today. And we expect that all of these nominees need to be swiftly confirmed. Senate Republicans are on board, and even some Democrats too. I think you will see, Jesse, will come out of the woodwork and support these highly qualified and brilliant picks by President Trump.
Good, I hope so. I'd be a little shocked if a lot of Democrats did, but I expect some too. You know, you're right about Pam Bondi. I didn't hear anybody ask about drug trafficking, fentanyl trafficking. I didn't hear anybody ask about white-collar fraud, espionage. It was all about BS that they talk about on MSNBC.
It was about the weaponization of government, which is so ironic because it's the Democrats who have weaponized the government and weaponized the Department of Justice against President Trump over the past 4 years. Pam Bondi is brilliant. She's exceptionally qualified. She served as a prosecutor for the third largest state in this country her entire career. And that's why President Trump picked her to be his attorney general. And that's why she came out unscathed from that hearing today. We're very proud of her.
All right. Well, we have Tulsi, RFK Jr., so it could change. It could be a little more controversial, but we'll see how it shakes out maybe in the weeks ahead. Thank you so much, Caroline. We'll see you at the balls.
Good to see you, Jesse.
Click here to subscribe to the...
No, I don't know what he said at the end there. See you at the balls. That sounds a little extra to me. I don't know what he meant by that statement, but we're going to go ahead and leave that right where it is. Caroline Leavitt discussing the confirmation hearing, saying that they are pleased with how things are going and they expected all those people on Capitol Hill to ask nonsense questions like ask about J6 and stuff like that. But everything's going as smooth as it could be at this point. Like I said, at some point next week, I assume we're going to hear from Caroline Leavitt from the podium in the press briefing room, which will be very interesting to hear actual answers from the press secretary, some we haven't had in over 4 years. So it's exciting things to come. Next up, we have President-elect Trump plans to extend TikTok deadline. TikTok is on schedule to be banned on Sunday, but President Trump has said multiple times that he believes TikTok played a part in him winning the election. And so he doesn't believe that it should be banned. And now he's making statements about potentially extending the ban, I think through executive order, not extending the ban, but extending before the delay, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Extending the delay before it gets banned. I really don't think TikTok's going to get banned. I think all of this is a big ass distraction from something else going on, kind of like a week-long coverage of the fires that was followed by a week-long coverage of the Cybertruck and the New Orleans incident. It's like 3 things have happened in the last 3 weeks. Now, we know that's not true. For a while there, we were covering every single day there was crime happening in the New York City subway and stuff like that, but all the news just died down. I think it's everyone preparing for President Trump and the inauguration day and all of that, but either way, it's been very hard to find news lately, and I'm sick and tired of it. Either way, we got President Trump extending TikTok's deadline coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what your hooligans think about Caroline Leavitt and everything they were talking about in regards to the confirmation hearings. Zero, Rubio got softball questions. See, I didn't see any clips from Rubio's confirmation hearing. I seen images and statements saying that he was going through the confirmation hearing, but I didn't see any clips of it. There's quite a few clips of Pam Bondi as well as Pete Hegseth. And like I was just saying to a hooligan over on the YouTube, that stuff is boring. I've tried to sit there and watch it. It's boring. It's fake. It's a bunch of fake people talking fake shit, real scared of, their own shadow, and I can't stand watching it. The clips are kind of funny, but like you're saying, Marco Rubio, no clips of that. Must not have been entertaining. It's probably 6 hours of sleeping, taking a nap. I'm not surprised Adam Schiff was taking a nap. The only reason we played that is because they claim to be so scared, but then they're sleeping during the hearings. Too old to care. Balls or grown-up proms. Oh. Like like going to the ball. Like what is the one that Elon goes to with AOC and all the other corrupt people? Because that's a ball too, and I can't remember what that's called. The gala. It's not called a ball, it's the gala. I see. He was just like, see you at the balls, and I was like, under the desk? I'm like, I wasn't sure what he was talking about. I was confused. Marsh, Cybertruck murder victim, warned as a drone specialist in Afghanistan he heard chatter of deep state plan for drone attack Monday swearing in. Interesting. I didn't hear that, Marsh. We did cover the Cybertruck individual making claims that he was trying to go to Vegas, New Mexico, but he blew the truck up in Vegas, Nevada. And so people were discussing, did he really not know which Vegas he was going to? And then in that email, they also talk about how he believes that it's foreign countries sending the drones in and preparing to attack us and stuff like that. And that our government is hiding it from us, claiming that these are nonsense, just locals acting up with their drones that are just supposedly the size of Honda Civics in the sky. I don't know. They'll probably never tell us the truth in regards to the drones. I'm having muscle spasms in my shoulder. It's killing me. Wayward, my buddy is going to have to get a job if TikTok shuts down. Well, it's too bad that he didn't just go to other platforms. You know, that's the thing, is everybody puts their eggs in one basket. The government goes over there and censors that basket, and now you're just starting from scratch. It's no way to do it. Marsh, Musk will buy it. I don't know if he'll actually buy it. I know he inquired about it. Mr. Beast is inquiring about it. I guess Kick is inquiring about it. We'll see. I really think it's all a distraction. What's up, Mike T? Happy freedom to you. Told to care, where's the children? Yeah, exactly. Half a million missing children from the border. They don't talk about that. I keep seeing people make claims that there being like bodies being found in the basements in the California fires and stuff. I haven't seen anything legitimate about that though. So Master Meatball, happy freedom to you. Ever see the show Designator Survivor? Is that what it is? I've never even heard of that. Marsh, it was in one of the emails. Truck was in self-driving mode. Yeah. See, and they talked about it for a week and then it just disappeared. You don't hear anything about New Orleans. You don't hear anything about the Cybertruck. You don't hear anything about any of that stuff. High Plains Drifter, the Headbangers Ball, that's what they're going to. That makes sense. Alistair, Musk isn't going to buy it. If he dies, they'll slap him with monopoly law type violations and go after X. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he's actually going to buy it. I'm trying to think, what's his name? They call him Mr. Wonderful. O'Leary or something like that. He keeps making claims that he's trying to buy it as well. What's up, Garlic Press? Happy freedom to you. I see they awarded Joe Biden a gold-plated diaper medal. Well, they might as well. They think he's the bee's knees. He's going to ride in his Cadillac off in the his Corvette off into the sunset, wearing a MAGA hat. Hooligans Island is still here about J6. Yeah, they won't let that story die. What's up, Mammy Rammer? Happy freedom to you. DB, the drones are enemy equipment no matter where they come from. I heard the DJI is banned And I read something about that, but I didn't think it was true. But I guess DJI is banned, and I think most of the drones are being made in China. I don't know if America makes their own drones or not. What's up, Rock? Happy freedom to you. Thank you for joining us again. Cinderella, there's 2 ballroom events scheduled. Interesting. I was out of the loop. I thought they were talking about different kind of balls. Hooligans Island, he awarded himself. Mm-hmm. Libby Racer, I follow Alina on TikTok. I didn't know she had a TikTok. I follow her on X. I follow President Trump on TikTok. Alright, hooligans. We're going to move into this next video here. Like I said, this is President-elect Trump plans to extend TikTok deadline. This is a really short video.
As of right...
I wonder when YouTube's going to stop putting blue banners underneath every single video. It's so stupid. Censorship is too harsh. Hit that thumbs up over on Rumble, and let's get into this.
As of right now, TikTok will shut down in America on Sunday, but President-elect Trump is reportedly planning to intervene with an executive order to keep the social media app operational. He'll be inaugurated Monday. A new law requires the app's Chinese-based parent company to sell its U.S. business. As for TikTok, the company is considering several options, including allowing the app to remain active for existing users, but without future updates or tech support.
All right. Like I said, President Trump trying to extend the deadline there. He believes that TikTok helped him reach young people, which helped push him into a victory for the presidential election. We covered earlier this week, I believe it was, that TikTokers who are afraid of the TikTok ban, they're referring to themselves as TikTok refugees, and they were going to an actual Chinese app called Red Note or Red Book or something like that. No, I can't remember. I think it's Red Note. And it's kind of died down. The hype about it has sort of died down, but now I'm seeing images of military personnel posting photos of themselves in full uniform on Red Note. So they went from being on TikTok, where there was claims that the data was being harvested by China, even though the servers are in Texas. They went from that to going to an actual Chinese app where the servers are in China, and they're willingly giving their data over to China, including our military. So people got TikTok brain out there, and they're making bad decisions. We'll see what the outcome of all of that is. Next up, we got the last little bit of the news. It's titled, Laura Ingraham, Hamas wasn't scared of Biden. Talking about how, like I explained earlier, President Trump has a negotiator. He sent him to go work with the Biden team to negotiate this hostage situation with Hamas and all of that. And after that one meeting, decisions were made. Hostages are going to be released. Now, old man Walter came out and he took full credit for it. He said, basically, without saying it directly, that it's kind of foolish to think that President Trump should, take any claim over this successful negotiation there. Now, it's very controversial. There's a lot of people who feel on opposite ends about it. We saw that with the little bit of the press briefing we were able to cover yesterday because we were having a ton of tech problems. But Jackie from Fox asked KJP about it, saying, do you think that President Trump deserves credit for Hamas releasing hostages, 33 hostages, I believe it is? And KJP pretty much refused to answer the question. But either way, that's what's coming up next. But first, we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about President Trump trying to extend the TikTok deadline. Oh, well, thanks, Snooks. I don't think I've ever wore an actual tuxedo and a bow tie and all of that. It would be very interesting. Zero, I still don't understand how they can force a foreign company to sell something. It's so stupid. Yeah, and China doesn't seem like they're playing ball. Snooks, I like balls, just saying, getting all dressed up. They don't do that stuff up here. I've only seen that stuff on TV. I've never heard of anyone actually going to a ball. Cinderella. That's about it. Thank you for joining us over here on Rumble, Mammy Rammer. Appreciate you. Libby Racer, Blue Sky is too woke. Yeah, I haven't even gone to the platform. When Threads came out, I went to Threads so I would have my name and I would be able to post when we go live and stuff like that, even though people on Threads probably don't care about what we have to talk about. But I'm not going to Blue Sky. I'm just not. I'm not doing that. Matthew, but China owning land in the U.S. is fine. Exactly, Matthew. It's fine when they come across the border. It's fine when they're out here flying drones and stuff. I think we even had one guy that was trying to smuggle military weapons to North Korea or something, and he was a Chinese national. But yeah, China in your phone is bad. That's the only time it's bad. Chinese spy balloon? Oh no, that's fine. China in your phone? Oh no, that's bad. It doesn't make any sense. Wayward, I seen Marjorie Taylor Greene's flight had been diverted because of drones over DC. That's interesting, Wayward. Yeah, because DC's a no-fly zone, so they shouldn't be able to fly drones over there. And that's like the plane that picks up water that was helping in the Cali fires. It sucked a drone into the engine and put the plane out of commission for a while. Pumpkin, is Pauly Shore still alive? He is. And there was some controversy a little while ago with Pauly Shore. What's the other guy's name? Richard Simmons, right? The I'm a pony, that kind of guy. Richard Simmons, I can't remember if he had kicked the bucket already or maybe he didn't kick the bucket. I think he didn't kick the bucket yet. And he was coming out with a documentary. Pauly Shore was making a documentary of Richard Simmons where Pauly Shore was playing the part of Richard Simmons because they look very similar these days. Richard Simmons is dead now, but still, they have a lot of likeness between each other. And Richard Simmons was very much against that, almost like he was offended. And so he turned his back on Pauly Shore. Pauly Shore was saying that he was going to come out with a documentary anyways against Richard Simmons' wishes. I think there was some sort of lawsuit starting or something like that, and then Richard Simmons died. And then all of a sudden you didn't hear about it anymore. Now, Pauly Shore is trying to remain relevant. I guess he does try and do comedy shows. He has a TikTok. He posts on there pretty much every day. A lot of what he posts is old clips of Pauly Shore, kind of like how all of us remember Pauly Shore. I can't remember the name of the movie where he goes to Alabama or whatever, and he's in college and all of that. I can't remember. Son-in-Law, right? That kind of Pauly Shore. That's how we remember Pauly Shore. Long hair, being kind of a hippie and stuff. Now he's kind of a shell of his former self. He claims that he pretty much lost everything to drugs and getting lost in the fame and stuff like that. But, yep, Pauly Shore is very much alive still. Havana, Biodome. Yeah, Biodome's a good movie. I used to like the Pauly Shore movies. I used to get a lot of flack for it. I don't know why. I was raised by women, so a lot of the movies and shows that I liked are not exactly shows that most people watch. But I used to get a lot of shit about thinking Pauly Shore was kind of cool and stuff. I used to like that he was like eccentric. He was walking his own path. And I always thought that was really cool. He wasn't really affected by the outside world. He was just in his own lane. And I always thought that was kind of cool. Alistair, watch Mel Gibson on Rogan if you haven't. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. Yeah, Alistair, I was planning on watching it. I see a couple clips here and there. I guess Mel Gibson, he's been killing it lately. He's getting a lot of spotlight right now. Matt, chilling the wheeze. Mm-hmm. Shroomish, Encino Man, Biodome, How I Remember Pauly Shore. Yeah, Encino Man's a good one too. Isn't it? There's a movie where he's like in the army too, isn't it? Isn't In the Army Now or something like that? Skulls. Pauly Shore is annoying as hell. I haven't seen those movies in a long time. I mean, I could see how he could be perceived as annoying. I always thought it was entertaining when I was younger, but like I said, I haven't really watched the movies as an adult. I tried to watch Son-in-Law a couple months ago, and I fell asleep trying to watch it. Hooligans Island, In the Army Now. Yeah, I haven't seen that in a long time. The Marquis, cool, buddy. Yeah. We don't have a Pauly Shore nowadays. There isn't anybody that pops up in my mind to like follow those kind of footsteps. Most people just copy each other. Like I said, that's why I used to think Pauly Shore was cool, is because he was walking his own path. There really wasn't anybody doing the same thing that he was doing at the time frame that he was doing it. Hooligans Island, he used to skip out on paying his strip club tabs. I'm not surprised by that. Not at all. Like I said, he admitted in a couple of interviews that he pretty much let being famous get to him, and he lost everything because of it. You can kind of see it in his face. You could see the wear and tear in his face that he was doing things he shouldn't have been doing. Zero, you found him on Rumble? That's interesting. I'm going to go follow him on Rumble. Mr. B knew I have an unhealthy obsession with Pam Bondi for some reason. I heard that she's 60 years old. I can't even sort of believe that. She looks like she's maybe 40. But I keep seeing people post that on X. DCat wheezing the juice. See, everybody's talking bad about him, but everybody can remember his catchphrases and stuff. Wayward Theo Von is a little bit of Pauly Shore vibes. Now that I think about it. Yeah, I think you're onto something, Wayward. Yeah, I like Theo Von too. Roy, yeah, she's 60. Man, she kicks ass for 60. I can't believe Pam Bondi is 60. She does not look it. Not to me, she don't. Pumpkin, she looks damn good for 60. I'm saying. They got her face all over the internet right now because of the confirmation hearings, and not a wrinkle in sight. I don't know if she's paying money to stay young or what. Sold her soul. I don't know what happened. She don't look 60 to me, though. What's up, Rude? Happy freedom to you. Rude, Pam B is fine, but she's anti-2A. Really? I haven't heard that yet. What'd she say about the Second Amendment? What's up, Extra Bill? Happy freedom to you. Snooks, Florida women don't age. We get better looking. Well, I'm not going to say anything against that, but I've seen a few leather bags walking around, and you don't get that way by living in Michigan, I'll tell you that. You start looking like leather. That's because you've been in the sun too damn long, but I'll take your word for it, Snooks. You know better than I. We're going to get in this next video, but I want to see if I can figure out what Pam Bondi did to make people feel that she's against the Second Amendment. What's up, Karma? Happy freedom to you. Skulls, I worked with Pam on her campaigns. She was a pleasure to work with. Yeah, Skulls, she seems very professional. Very professional. Maybe I'm not going to get the answer I'm looking for. I don't know what she did that was anti-Second Amendment. I'm just saying, Matt Rogers. I'm just saying. Q-Train, no, she's not against the Second Amendment. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I have no context here. I don't know where that's coming from. Chewy, I saw a close-up of her face. She has so many layers of makeup on. You can see she's probably looks 65. Oh, maybe I haven't seen the right photos, Chewy. Rude. She's definitely sexy, but she supported gun bans on video. Interesting, Rude. Thank you for telling me that. I'm going to look into it after the live. Russell, I hate snow. I hate snow too, bud. Happy freedom to you, Russell. All right, hooligans. Like I said, we're going to get into this last little bit of the news here. This is Laura Ingraham. It's titled Hamas Wasn't Scared of Biden. Now, this is about the controversial topic of, does President Trump deserve credit for the negotiations that resulted in Hamas releasing 33 hostages? Now, we're going to get into this. Hit that thumbs up over on Rumble.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Laura Ingraham. This is the Ingraham Angle from Washington tonight. As always, thank you for joining us. Well, Hamas finally got the message.
If they're not back by the time I get into office, all hell will break out in the Middle East. And it will not be good for Hamas, and it will not be good, frankly, for anyone. All hell will break out. I don't have to say anymore, but that's what it is.
For more than a quarter of Joe Biden's presidency, 466 long days, Hamas held 98 hostages, including at least 7 American citizen hostages that are believed to still be held in Gaza. And finally today, a deal was announced, and some of the hostages will be finally coming home. Now, the 42-day deal is being rolled out in 3 phases. The first, Hamas will free 33 hostages, including women and children, and Israel will release hundreds of Palestinian prisoners. The details of the second and third phases are still being worked out. Of course, if Kamala had won, this deal would not have happened. Hamas would have dug in, and Netanyahu, too. There would have been zero sense of urgency. But this did not stop Biden from claiming full credit.
How much credit do you give to the Trump team for this deal? Trump is already taking credit for it.
Well, you know, this is the exact framework of the deal I proposed back in May. Exact. And we got the world to endorse it.
Who takes credit for this, Mr. President, you or Trump?
Is that a joke? Oh, thank you. Prostitute.
You see Anthony Blinken's face? Not blinking. Blinken doesn't blink. He looked like odd. Now, the truth is, this administration could not move the ball down the field. But when Trump won and made it clear that he wanted to get this resolved, or else, he took the steps to do that. He sent Steve Witkoff as designated negotiator to work side by side with the Biden team. And this immediately brought credibility and momentum to what was clearly a stalled process. 2 Arab officials even told the Times of Israel that Trump's team did more in one meeting to sway Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu than Joe Biden did all year. Not that Biden's team didn't do any work. Of course they did. But Hamas wasn't scared of President Biden and probably wasn't even sure if he was being kept in the loop. But the opposite is the case with Trump. He was born to make deals, and he uses leverage when necessary and really smartly to get things done. Even CNN had to concede that the Trump factor was huge.
The X factor here is that Donald Trump is about to be president, and the very public pressure that he was putting on Hamas and on Israel to get this done.
They're looking at what's going to happen in the next 4 years. And I think all of them knew that if there's no deal by January 20th, they would start on the wrong foot with Donald Trump.
Yeah, I'll say that's an understatement. Oh, it's because Trump hates seeing America get humiliated. He hates seeing America get ripped off. That's why he insisted on major new trade deals in his first term. But Biden and his team, 0 trade deals in 4 years. And this is one deal that we know Joe couldn't have made alone. He barely knew who he's negotiating with.
The 15 months of conflict that began with Hezbollah's brutal massacre on October the 7th.
Well, Hezbollah, Hamas, easy to mix them up. Finally, with Trump in charge, we have a return to credibility and competence. Now, could Blinken and Sullivan, with an absentee president, ever have negotiated the Abraham Accords? Could they ever have moved the U.S. Embassy in Israel to Jerusalem? But always looking out for our country, Trump was aggressive and will be aggressive about using America's economic power to protect our interests. That's why Mexico helped with the migrants. It's why Chinese goods were slapped with big tariffs. In just a few days, America will be on the move again. But already, Trump is getting results.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe.
All right. Like I said, a little controversy there. Some people think Old Man Walter deserves all the credit for this Hamas releasing the 33 hostages and all of that. And other people think that it's President Trump that deserves the credit for all of that because he sent in his negotiator to work with the Biden team. And it wasn't until that move was made that any negotiations actually happened where there was some results, right? Where these 33 hostages are going to be released and everything else is still yet to be determined. People feel all kinds of different ways. And the blue team, you know, the way they act, all obnoxious and stuff, they're making claims that in no way does President Trump deserve credibility or any kind of credit for this negotiation because he's not in office yet. And they compare it to other stupid things like gas prices. They're like, oh, well, he can't bring the gas prices down because he's not in office yet, but he can negotiate foreign affairs. Okay. You know, they're making stupid comparisons like that. And it's, you know, because they live in their mom's basement and they're cutting their own wieners off and stuff with a rusty saw blade. So, I mean, you can only take that as a grain of salt. But Democrats will be Democrats. Now, that is the last little bit of the news, so to speak. I did look into this Pam Bondi situation with all of you guys saying, you know, one way or another about her being for or against the Second Amendment. And I found this article here, and I read through 3 or 4 articles before landing on this one during that video there. And it says here, I'm not going to read this whole thing to you, but she did raise the age to purchase a firearm from 18 to 21, and she did help establish red flag laws in Florida. Now, I guess there was a school shooting situation or something like that that happened. She was to go out to the public and speak, right? What are you guys going to do about the school shooting situation? As, you know, the process usually unfolds. And she came out there and kind of spoke about moderating firearms. They passed the red flag laws, and she also changed it. So instead of being 18 to buy a firearm, you now have to be 21. This situation is the situation that caused people to believe that Pam Bondi is anti-Second Amendment. I don't know if she's anti-Second Amendment or if she just got caught in a hard spot. I don't really know. I usually feel that Florida is pretty conservative leaning. They usually, when they make these kind of choices, they usually reference the Constitution. Now, the Constitution says shall not be infringed. And these red flag laws are bullshit because it means that somebody can point their finger at you, make a claim that either you've talked about threatening people or you're a danger to yourself or someone else, and the police can come just take your guns away without having any kind of investigation, and you got to go to court and fight to have your guns back, which is bullshit. They got red flag laws here now. They got them in Chicago. They're all over the place, and they're spreading. It's unconstitutional. That stuff needs to be done away with. I'm not impressed that Pam Bondi did make the red flag laws a thing in Florida. The whole 18 to 21 thing, I don't really know how to feel about that because I don't feel like you even got a brain intact until you're older than 25. So I don't really have any opinion about the 18 to 21 situation. But red flag laws are bullshit. Not impressed that she got that passed. I still think Pam Bondi is a good choice, but I am questioning that whole Second Amendment situation that she was involved in. That's the last little bit of the news I have for you hooligans today. We do got fun stuff coming up next. Our first funny video is titled The Real Press Briefing Begins Next Week. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat. We're going to see what you hooligans think about this Hamas deal between Biden and President Trump. Who do you think deserves credit for that? As well as Pam Bondi and that Second Amendment situation that we were just talking about. Let's read through. Matt, 21 to have a firearm, yet we joined the military at 18. Makes no sense. Yeah, a lot of that stuff doesn't make sense. Something that I always thought when I was younger is that you can go to jail at 17, but you can't even serve the country until you're 18. Like, I always thought that was stupid. Now, I am biased. I was in jail as an adult at 17 years old. I was being treated as an adult over an assault charge. I think that was the first charge, was the assault charge, but I always thought that was stupid too. You could be treated as an adult when it comes to breaking the law, but you can't be treated as an adult if you want to serve the country. I always thought that was stupid. Russell, I feel you can join the army if you can drink and shoot shit. Yeah. It's weird that these laws don't seem to like correspond with each other. You're an adult in the situation of crime at 17, but you're not an adult to smoke a cigarette or drink until you're 21. And it's like, I don't know. Those choices don't make any sense to me. Alistair, well, that's a day one promise checked off. End the war in Israel. Well, I don't know if it's exactly ended. I guess there is something that stifled progress. There was like a ceasefire or something happening, but I saw a lot of videos today on YouTube. I didn't grab it because I don't deal with foreign affairs. We got enough problems here in America. But I did see something about Israel apparently did some sort of blackmail attempt or something. And now the ceasefire is off and things are kind of on unstable ground at the moment. Now, again, I don't know a whole lot about it. I just was looking at headlines. I wasn't watching the videos because I don't worry about other people's problems. But it seems like there's a delay in the ceasefire because something happened overnight. I don't know a lot about it. You guys got to go look into it. But it seems that President Trump is working on the situation. Alistair, yep, he frameworked the deal. They wouldn't even take his calls. Daddy Trump is coming in and Hamas scrambled to get it done. Yeah, I think so too. President Trump's not playing around. Russell, Hamas decided to do the deal because of Trump. It's still a bad deal though. Yeah, I can't remember how many people they said. There's like 100 hostages and only 33 of them are going to get freed, but we'll see. Snooks, Hamas did the blackmail deal. See, the videos I saw said it was Israel. And that's why I don't deal with foreign problems. Because we're talking about two different groups of people that I don't know shit about either of them. Because neither of them are here in America. So that's why I don't like covering foreign videos. Hey, thank you for being here, Rappy. Q-Train, Pam said yesterday that she is for the Second Amendment. I think she was highly pressured to do it. The Florida situation, it definitely could be. I can't imagine being the Attorney General is an easy job, especially if you're actually doing your job. Unlike Crockett, right, who's just squawking on TV and being a dumbass. I imagine it's very difficult to be Attorney General because you're trying to make a whole state worth of random people happy, right? There's a lot of you hooligans, and I rip all my hair out trying to keep all of you guys happy. I couldn't imagine trying to stand up in front of a whole state and try to check all the boxes in front of everybody. It's impossible. You can't keep everyone happy. Again, I'm not impressed with the red flag laws, and I think she should have stood against it. But it doesn't necessarily mean that she's entirely against the Second Amendment. Tony Rez, I already miss KJP. I don't think I'll ever miss KJP. I miss Jembal Saki, though. She was at least entertaining to make fun of. Rip Curl. And during that meeting, Trump said, yes, that's what we need to do. That is guilty until you can prove you're innocent. I don't think Trump gave it enough thought. See, I don't know enough about the situation. Jab, it's funny how they think gas prices are the only reason people voted for Trump. It's because they don't want to acknowledge that another big promise was kicking dudes out of women's sports. They didn't want to talk about that, and that's already getting into effect. They passed that bill yesterday or the day before, removing men from women's sports in school situations. But yeah, the left is, well, they cut their own wieners off. So, I mean, you know, you can't make sense out of that. So it's hard to make sense out of anything they say. Ghostly, I don't care who gets credit, just as we might have some peace. Yeah, I agree, Ghostly. Pumpkin, Walter's an idiot and took all the credit. Yeah. What's up, Mike T? Happy freedom to you. If I can get you all ready. Pumpkin, after that announcement, Hamas changed their minds and made more demands. Yeah. See, that's why I don't deal with foreign crap. Because that right there. How's the nap going? I can't even look at me. Yeah, I appreciate you, Q-Train. Snooks, I had to read that like 3 times before I figured out what you were talking about. What's up, Smelly? Happy freedom to you. Smelly, why was the senator not about to get into the room? Nah, it doesn't look like anybody told you. Apparently he had said something about an individual who's dead, and he said it during their memorial. He talked about him being corrupt, and people got their feelings hurt, and they banned him from the hearing floor or whatever. He tried to ignore his ban and go into the hearing anyways, and he was arrested. Well, he was thrown on the ground in front of all of us. Then he was arrested. It just seems like hurt feelings more than anything, though. Cinderella, yesterday I thought KJB called her kid Melty or Smoshy. It was pudding. I don't know what you're talking about, Cinderella. I haven't figured out what KJP's child is or how they purchased it or any of that. It's very weird that KJP has a kid. She does not come off as motherly in any fashion. What's up, Dirt Bike Freedom? Happy freedom to you. Reading through. What's up, Amazing Disgrace? Happy freedom to you. Amazing Disgrace. If the Dems could have gotten the deal done, they would have done it before the election. Yeah, I think so too. What's up, Metal Mouth? Happy freedom to you. Nana, Mr. Beansy Beans disappeared. I don't know where he went. He just left one day and never came back. It happens. It happens. Maybe one day he'll come back, though. What's up, Viola? Happy freedom to you. Hooligans Island KJP is Pauly Shore's daughter? No. No. She is like a weasel, though, isn't she? All right, Hooligans, we're going to get into the fun stuff. This first funny video of the day is titled, "The Real Press Briefing Begins Next Week." It's coming up, but first I got to remind you guys, if you would like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use that Linktree link in the description in order to send donations. You can do that by using PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee, or you can even send crypto. Let's get into these funny videos really quick here. Since you guys miss her so much, we'll just go ahead and put her on the screen here. We're going to play this in full screen. Let's get Old Man Walter's mascot off the screen here. Bam, there we go. All right, this is titled, "The Real Press Briefings Begin Next Week."
And now I will pass the torch. And now,
yes. Now we're going to get to our official funny video of the day. Get this pulled up really quick. Ah, yes, this is a good one too. This is titled, 4 days.
Dun 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 dun. Little pig, let me in.
4 days. Can't wait. Well, hooligans, that is all the coffee I had for you guys today. Grab this Linktree link really quick and drop it in all the chats. We're going to read through, see what you hooligans think about today's coffee. We got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up next. The Marquis, the Walking MAGA. I love that. I've been sitting here trying to figure out what that guy's name is in the show. I can't ever remember it, though. Or would he name the bat? Didn't he name the bat Lucille or something like that? Nah, I can't remember. Either way, there's the Linktree link where all of my links are listed. So if you would like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, I'd really appreciate it. All of your guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday. It's got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there, keeping the conversation going 24/7, and we have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience the live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You'll also have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our private social media area. You'll have access to the forums, which is to encourage open discussion. You'll have access to the arcade, which is full of games that are a ton of fun. And you'll also have access to our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats that gives you the ability to text each other, call each other, video call each other, group texting, group calling, group video calling, and more. jeffmaclive.com is the place to be and the home of the hooligans. So definitely go get yourself a membership. We're going to read through them. We got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up next. Alistair Lucille, the vampire bat. That's right. Russell, we have boobies. Thank you, Snooks. I appreciate it. Drive safe, Jamie. Negan. Yeah, that's his name, Alistair. I couldn't think of his name. I know. I like him as a character, too. He's hilarious. Matt, I saw yesterday that the Village People will be at the inauguration Monday. That's hilarious. There's so many people making claims that they're not going to go. Michelle Obama. I think Jill Handler said she's not going. I don't know. I'm not really worried about who's not going to be there. It's going to be... Monday is going to be so entertaining. Wayward, 3 people just got shot up on the main road. Where? What are you talking about? Where's the main road where? Thank you, Pumpkin. Appreciate you being with us. Ghostly, when he killed the Asian dude, I stopped watching. Yeah, they like popped his eye out of his socket. I got to take The Walking Dead in like little spurts because they do too much stuff that doesn't make sense. They like walk into a group of people. Now there's 40 of them. And they're all like, okay, we're going to go to bed and we're going to put a child in charge. Why don't you just walk around and check the parameter while all of us go to sleep? And then 16 people die. Child gets kidnapped. And it's like, why'd you do that? Nobody with the thinking brain would do that. And I get mad when I watch The Walking Dead and I cut it off. So I haven't seen the whole thing yet. I think I'm near the last season. But they make too many bad choices. It makes me frustrated. David, most shows turn lame. Yeah. Oh, Wayward, the main road outside of your neighborhood? Oh, I see. Well, stay safe out there. Libby Racer, I restarted playing Fallout 4 again. I just started getting back on Fallout 4. I want to purchase a VR set just for that, just to play Fallout 4. Hey, be safe out there, Q-Train. And enjoy your time. David, even Married with Children? Yeah. I don't think I've seen the end of that show, but I used to watch a lot of Married with Children. Metal Mouth, he's wicked with that bat. I wouldn't want to piss him off. Yeah. Over in the zombie apocalypse. Thank you, Nana. Appreciate you being with us. Thank you, Matthew. Master Meatball, oh, is named after his wife? Somehow I missed that. I didn't realize he named the bat after his wife. Why did he do that? Now we're doing Walking Dead trivia. Sage Pub, Z Nation is better than Walking Dead? I don't think I've seen Z Nation. Pumpkin zombies make me nervous. I don't know. I feel like out of all the different apocalypse scenarios, I feel like zombies are the most easiest to deal with in certain situations. Like, what do you do about fire falling from the sky, right? Nothing. There's nothing you could do about that. Floods and all that kind of, you can't do anything about that. Zombies kind of staggering around. I don't know. I feel like we could fix those problems. But if you look at like the 28 days later, the 28 weeks later kind of zombies where they're like running and opening doors and climbing shit, that's when you got problems. But I feel like the Walking Dead zombies, I'm more scared of the cat. Alistair, it's fucking amazing. I bet it is. I'm so damn jealous. Ghostly, zombies moved to a hot place and they'd rot in a week. Yeah, there's a lot of holes in that story, in the Walking Dead setup. Hey, thank you, Viola. I hope you have a fantastic evening as well. Thank you, Karma. Appreciate you being here. Smelly, yeah, the 28 days later is a virus that makes them go crazy and kill everything. Yeah, those zombies are scary. Those are scary zombies. Teasel, you are the zombie apocalypse according to the deep state. Yeah, but in Philadelphia, you got people like hanging over off fentanyl. The Democrats are the real zombies. The Walking MAGA. I love that. Alistair, when you get your power armor, the HUD is around your face. Alistair, I want the VR Fallout so bad. So bad. Metal Mouth, World War Z is a pretty scary movie. Yeah, I've never seen Z Nation. I've seen World War Z, though. That's the one that's got, like, Brad Pitt in it or whatever. Where the vaccinated zombies. Yeah. All right, hooligans. It's that time once again. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, did the thing. Let's get these beats rolling. We're going to read through one last time just to make sure no hooligans are left behind. But like I said, we are going to be wrapping this up. We will be live again tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. And you should go get yourself a membership over on jeffmaclive.com. That way you can join us in the voice chat, 6 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. It is a ton of fun, so definitely go get yourself a membership. Reading through them, we're wrapping this up. Alistair, World War Z is scary too. They move like ants. Yeah. Stacking on top of each other and all of that. That's right, Nana. Play ball. Thank you, Wayward. Appreciate you being with us. Ghostly Rage Virus Zombies versus Meth Addict would be the best TV of all time. Zombie versus zombie action. It's a hate crime. They'd be crying about civil rights. These zombies deserve equal rights too. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Matthew. Appreciate you, Tony Rich. Thank you, Teasel. All right, it looks like we are good to go. I appreciate all of you hooligans being here, hanging out with me, and covering the news. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Definitely go get something good to eat. That's what I'm going to try and do. What time is it? 5 o'clock. I got time to get food. Surprised. Either way, I appreciate all of you guys being here. Like I said, we will be live again tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.